From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. From business reporter J.C. Reindl. State development officials gave a final approval Tuesday to the biggest development incentive for the $3 billion Future of Health development in Detroit's New Center area. This clears the way for at least 2 groundbreakings to happen this year. Members of the quasi-public Michigan Strategic Fund in Lansing voted unanimously in favor of the Transformation Brownfield Incentive, which would allow the trio of developers, Henry Ford Health, the Detroit Pistons organization, and Michigan State University, to capture up to $232 million in future local and state-level tax revenues over 35 years that are expected to be generated by a $773 million portion of the development. The development also expects help from about $55 million in various tax abatements, bringing the total value of its local and state incentives to about $287 million. Earlier estimates put that total figure at $296 million. Detroit City Council voted 6-3 in late February to approve the brownfield and the tax abatements, amid vocal opposition during public hearings. Council's vote sent the plan to the Michigan Strategic Fund. For more on the story, you can search for J.C. Reindl's article, Michigan Strategic Fund Approves Incentive for $3 Billion New Center Development, on Freep.com.
I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department, and for the next 3 seasons, the Michigan football program will be under probation. This comes after an agreement was struck between the NCAA, Michigan, and, quote, 5 individuals who currently or previously worked for its football program in connection to some violations under former head coach Jim Harbaugh. The Wolverines agreed to penalties due to COVID-19 violations from a dead period back in 2020, as well as having an analyst for the program serve in on and off-field roles. But the university also agreed that, quote, the former head coach, aka Jim Harbaugh, without naming him, failed to meet his responsibility to cooperate with the investigation. Harbaugh served a self-imposed 3-game suspension at the start of the 2023 season in connection to these violations. With Harbaugh now in the NFL coaching for the Los Angeles Chargers, there really won't be anything of consequence for him, at least for now. In addition to the 3-year probation, the school was also given a fine and some recruiting penalties, which were not detailed. After the news broke, Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel released a statement saying in part that the school can move forward now that an agreement has been reached. It's important to remember this is not at all connected to the alleged sign-stealing scheme at Michigan led by former staff member Connor Stalions. Harbaugh also served a 3-game suspension for that incident, but that was handed down by the Big Ten Conference and not the school itself or the NCAA. Now, this matter may be wrapped up between the NCAA and Michigan, but there are still so many questions to answer, including what this means for next year's team. So be sure to head over to our website at freep.com/sports for a laundry list of stories on this exact topic.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on Freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.